Hey dear ones! Are you familiar with Wallace Wattles? Wallace was born in 1860 and passed away in 1911, and his writing has been widely quoted and remains a foundational work in the New Thought and self-help movements. Most of you know that I love talking about the universal laws because it's the basic foundation. But today I want to talk about the law of authority because this is not in my book one. So law of authority is taught by Wallace Wattles, which is emphasizing a shift from a mindset of asking and hoping to one of a authoritative commanding. So here's the key principles. The first one is the fundamental inversion, i.e. beggar versus commander. You asking like a beggar versus you commanding as a commander. So most people fail at manifestation because they pray to the universe like a beggar asking for crumbs. Well, Wattles' teaching inverts this view. So the infinite ocean of creative energy, referred to as the formless substance, is not a deity that grants wishes, but a servant waiting for a clear command from you. So the universe responds to orders, and you are the thinking center that can originate thought, while the formless substance possesses unlimited power but lacks the capacity for original deliberate direction. It awaits for your mental command. So your role is a thinking center. The universe's resources are like a vast dormant army that requires a clear, definite order from the general to mobilize. And vague wishes like go somewhere and do something, this will result in an inaction. Okay? The second principle, the internal state of authority, the royal calm. So before issuing any command, you must cultivate a specific state of consciousness known as royal calm. So the royal calm is desire held with such absolute certainty of fulfillment that all anxiety, desperation, and frantic energy dissolve. Certainty, not desperation. The energy of trying to force something to happen broadcasts powerlessness and fear, which the universe receives as the dominant message, hence blocking your manifestation. That's a signature of powerlessness. When you are in royal calm, you are operating from the assumption that it's already done in the invisible realm, which eliminates anxiety because you know your command is governed by reliable law, like gravity. That's operating from the end result. So here's the architecture of the mental command in 3 steps. A successful mental command requires precision and consistency. The first one, the definite blueprint. The second one, the vibrational seal. And the third step is the sustained focus. So let's talk about the definite blueprint. The order must have absolute specificity. You must specify the exact amount of money, the exact position, the exact characteristics of a desire. Uninformed longings and vague desires are the primary enemy of manifestation. So that's a definite blueprint. The second step is the vibrational seal. The command must be sealed with the emotional frequency of gratitude before the manifestation appears in physical form. I talk about this in one of my short clip. By feeling grateful now, you are signing your mental command as received and claiming ownership in the present moment. That's the second step, the vibrational seal. The third and final step is sustained focus. So you must maintain your consciousness in alignment with your desire, holding your mental ground against all doubt, fear, and contrary evidence. This consistent focus prevents the wavering that countermands your initial order. So that's the sustained focus. So here are the two subtle but destructive errors that mimic authority but are rooted in fear. So you have to be careful. The first one is the tyrant scream, forcing, and then the second one is the maybe vibration, qualifying. So let's talk about the first one, the forcing. Trying to force a manifestation through intense mental tension and willpower. This clenched fist approach is interpreted by the universe as uncertainty and lack of control. That's the first mistake. The second mistake, the maybe vibration. So ending a command or visualization with qualifiers like if it's meant to be or hopefully, well, this cancels your command and transforms your order into a suggestion, which is confusing the creative force. So those are the two subtle but destructive errors that mimic authority but are rooted in fear. So Wattles' teaching references the ancient principle quote that says, "Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee." Let me repeat that. "Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee." This is presented not as a metaphor, but as a precise description of the relationship between your mental decrees and your physical reality. You are the CEO of your reality, and your clear, definite, faith-filled thoughts are your executive orders that the universe is compelled to obey. And like what I mentioned in my short clip the other day, before you can even manifest anything in the physical realm, it has to start from the unseen spiritual world. It has to be created in your mind before it can be manifested in the physical reality. All right, dear ones, I hope this helps. Happy manifesting. Keep creating heaven and earth, okay?